The member for South West Coast.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Ports. Major stevedoring companies that operate the Port of Melbourne have increased their infrastructure access fee from $3.60 in 2017 to more than $80 per container at the start of 2019. Minister, in March 2016, the Treasurer promised that the scope of regulated charges will be expanded to cover all trade charges for cargo and shipping movements. Minister, how can your government's promise of regulating these charges have failed so dismally?
Good question.
Order. The Minister for Ports.
Living with the port on my doorstep, it is actually an issue that is very important to me. That's why when this government released the Delivering the Goods plan, the Victorian freight charges was a key concern. We're bringing forward a review into regulating price, charges, as well as access to and from the port. Because for me, not only is the access charges really important for, it is about getting from paddock to the port. It is about growing our economy. It is about increasing our exports. And on a local front, it's actually about getting trucks off the inner west streets. We care about the productivity of the port and the efficient and cost-effective movements of goods in and out, and that's why we have got a plan to actually do that.
She dealt with that.
Order. Member for South West Coast on the supplementary.
Minister, for dairy farmers who export and who are already under severe pressure because of the drought, these new charges are an additional $4,200 annual cost per farm. Minister Donnellan promised an expedited inquiry into these exorbitant fee charges in October 2018. Who is undertaking this review? Thanks, Martin.
Order. I call the Minister for Ports.
Mr Speaker, thank you very much. I'd like to thank the member for her question. Look, we've listened to industry, and that's why we've established Freight Victoria as a one-stop shop for primary producers. It's for primary producers, it's for the freight and logistics industry and local government to be able to get that information.
Minister Resume. So the Leader of the Nationals on a point of order.
On the issue of relevance, Speaker, this is an issue that is very, very important to our export sector, particularly the dairy industry. And the question was very simple. Who is actually undertaking this review? And I ask you to bring the Minister back to actually providing that information, not only to the Parliament, but to the people of Victoria, so they can actually have faith that the Minister is actually doing this.
Order. The Minister will come back to answering the question.
As I said, we are working with industry. We've established Freight Victoria to absolutely undertake this vital work.
There you go. She answered it. Fully sit down, mate. She answered it.
Order. With the assistance of the House, Minister, the member for Gippsland East on a point of order.
Speaker, on relevance, you have asked the Minister in her first question and her third to come back to answering the question that was asked. She hasn't done that. I would hope that question time hasn't resorted to pulling a PPQ out of your folder that doesn't relate at all to the question that is asked and reading from it. And I would encourage you to have her answer the question appropriately. As our leader has pointed out, this is a very important impact for our dairy farmers right across rural and regional Victoria.
Order.
That's the issue of the day.
Order. I warn the Minister for Jobs. Leader of the House.
Speaker, I ask that you rule this point of order out of order. In his eagerness to get to the dispatch box, the member for Gippsland East did not hear the minister very clearly answer the question. So if he'd spent a bit more time listening rather than practising his point of order, he might have heard the answer that the minister gave regarding Freight Victoria.
Order. Order. On this point of order? Further on this point of order, the member for
On this
South West
point of
Coast.
order, I think the question was very, very specific. It was asking who. Minister, the industry are telling me you've appointed someone. It's not Freight Victoria.
Order.
Why won't you tell us
Order.
who?
Member for South West Coast is not making a point of order. I asked the minister to come back to answering the question. The minister. Has the minister concluded her answer? The minister's concluded her answer.